Hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. City Skylines Part 8, I believe. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're all well. Okay, I did quite a bit. I hope it looks like I did. So we're going to start down here, work our way back over here, and hope I can do this well with the camera. You didn't think I'd forget fishing, did you? Well, I did. Our key wall worked, so I put one in and I got our leisure up right here. So this is a leisure area with some low blue shopping. Everything's working fine. And then I remembered my fishing. So underneath the water, we have tuna, salmon, and shellfish. And the tuna is in here. So this is our tuna, guys. This is our shellfish, and they just come out in this general direction here. And this is our salmon. Excuse me, my voice is going. This is our salmon, and they have to hug the shoreline. So I kept them as far away from our leisure activities as I could, and then they just come back to there. They're all at 100%. I did let them run this time, although not because I'm a genius expert, but because I got distracted. And when I came back, these two were saying that there were no buyers for the products. So I came in and I added the fish market and the fish factory. And they're not really complaining too much. It worked right away. So I'm very happy. I tried my best to historicalize what I wanted, and this guy just refuses to go away. I'm very unhappy with it. But I can only whack-a-mole so many times, and then it's like, stop. So we have our amusement park here. I came in on this side. My original intention was to just build this out with apartments and commercial, and I thought, who wants to live this close to an amusement park, right? So I gave them a pedestrian plaza. So this is just walking with the trams. And my thought process afterwards is, should I take this tram road straight down past the amusement park toward the zoo, have it come around this parking garage, and just make a loop? Well, not here, here. Have it come around and then go back. That way it would be servicing the metro and the bus line and the zoo. And if anybody wants to walk down here and do some fun stuff, they could. Well, the fun stuff is over this way, but you know what I mean. It's a thought. But it was a late thought, so I didn't get to implement it. This took a while to set up. For whatever reason, you can't put these buildings, pedestrian buildings, in a pedestrian area or on a pedestrian road. But they are this whole thing is pedestrianized, yet they weren't picking up garbage and they weren't delivering goods. I don't know what I did, but I moved something and everything fell into place. So yeah, they have their services. And it's being utilized. So then I came over here, and this is new, as you can tell, and it might look ridiculous, but I liked the idea. This is the nature reserve, is that what it's called? The nature walk on the other side of our zoo. So our zoo has a ton of privacy. And so do these guys. The problem I'm having is with the road. You have to use a road to place down the main gate here, which I did, but you can tell just by looking, traffic is ridiculous. And I did not know that you put a dirt road in a nature walk place. But I had to, because at the other end, I'll show you everything. Well, you'll see it. I mean, you guys have seen this stuff so many times. I made a ridge here for them to climb up. I think I did an okay job with the paths. Yes, it was with the help of the network multi-tool. But a majority of this was my handiwork. They just straightened things out. So I put in these little, these are low, the trees are way too high. I know that. I've got to get rid of all the trees on top of this ridge because there's nowhere for them to look now except into trees. But I have 2 tall and 2 small. The path goes straight across this ridge. I put rocks in and stuff, but they also have those rock climbing areas. There's camping, all kinds of stuff. It's a 5-star. And then I put these 3 lookouts, and this one looking at the okay. This one overlooks the city, but it's looking straight into trees. Will you stop? So I have to trim this. But this one looks out at the city, and this one looks out at the ocean, and this one just looks out here because we haven't got anything there yet. But anyway, back to the road, okay? So I had to put the road in because of our fishing cabins, right? You can't have these without a road. So I put the key back in, and I gave them their fishing cabins, and the traffic just went crazy. They're all tourists, and they're all coming from the entrance down here, over this bridge, onto this road, which ends right here. And then they just turn around and leave. I had to, because the road goes down this way in a little roundabout so you can go back, I had to put a highway exit ramp here just to clear up some of the traffic. And I just don't get it. I don't know what they're doing other than just driving through. I had stopped the road right here, just to plunk this down, and then you gotta walk into the... But then I'm like, well, how are they gonna get to the fishing? So I had to add this road, and it's making things very difficult for me and my citizens now, so I don't know. But we do have Metro, and we do have the bus stop right there. So I think it might be a good idea to drag this tram road, maybe put a stop in front of the zoo, amusement park, have it come down this way, and have a stop right here for the people wanting to get to the zoo, and then have it just come back around and go back. Kind of like that idea, but I'm not sure. Okay, so that is that. And then I said I wanted to, I hope I gave you a good look. All of these are 5-star, by the way. Everything switched over. I know, this looks ridiculous. I went over here and I picked like a medium-sized height, and then I came over here. I like this. I think this looks neat and plausible. This, I probably could have done a better job. I threw it in for the sake of our critters here so that they're not being bludgeoned to death by city noises and city people and all that other stuff. Okay, so now over here, we're going to be looking at traffic in a minute. It actually comes in spurts. It gets really bogged down, and then it clears up, and then it gets bogged down again. Now, I had mentioned for the longest time that I really wanted a train loop. I managed to get it to work. It's a wacky setup, not the greatest, nothing realistic about it, but here's our train station. Bus and Metro, I believe, is right underneath this walkway, which got cut off because I was working on the trains and I never got to hook it back up. I will. So I did get to hook it up. It ended here, and I put it underneath this road, but it has to go off at a curve because our Metro comes through here as well. So it pops up over here. It's very nice curving. There's no nastiness about it, but it pops back up on the opposite end of our bus stations, curves around because this thing made it quite difficult. And I didn't want it on this side. I wanted it right next to our Metro here. I know exactly what I'm going to do with this area now. I just haven't had a chance. So our train station goes here, and then we come over this way. I'm not looking at this from a very good angle, am I? I'm so sorry, but it's so slow. So we'll follow this train. Maybe I could go up a little bit higher. Come on, move faster. There we go. This is where I really wanted to have a train stop. Because these guys are thriving, they're doing well, they never complain, and so they deserve it. I had to go under the roundabout. I didn't want to go over. I suppose I could have, but whatever. So now we have a train station here, and our metro is here, and the buses do stop on either side. Well, actually, I think there's a bus station right here. I don't know that I have a bus stop directly in front of it. But we do have a bus terminal right there. Yeah. Either way, but I didn't really get a chance to go in and look at that too much, so I will get back to that and try to hook up bus stops strategically. Now we go underneath our farm and we come up over here on the other side of our forestry, and we get to hook up now to our new town over here. I lifted our cargo line, which connects over here. So this is our passenger going underneath, hooking up at this rail, which again ended right here. So I have a train loop and I am so happy. So now these guys, it's a long, I know it is, but I had plans for this area here, and I don't see why I couldn't hopefully flatten at least this area out and put some more, people in here if I can get this down. I don't know. I'm a little nervous about it. So yeah, it does come through our ore, and it does not disrupt the cargo. So see, cargo goes off that way. And our passenger rail comes around this way. And then they do meet up here, but at least they get to do their separate jobs. So they both end up on this, coming into this part of the city. It is a long trek, but hopefully eventually there'll be enough stops in between to make this a little bit more worthwhile. So again, the cargo can go one way and passenger goes here. So I have a complete loop now, and I'm very happy about that. And I think that was the last of it. I rerouted our buses and our metro, and obviously I had to do the train again. But I spent so much time on our nature walk and all the stuff going on down here. This was about all I got done in 2 days worth of work. But I do have plans for this area here. And this area is still stumping me. I kind of stopped a while ago, and I never came back to this. So we still have a lot that we can build up out here. But I think I've exhausted all of our unique features. The only thing I haven't done is unique buildings. I have some in here. This area is definitely going to have unique features in it, unique buildings in it. So from there, we are going to look at our stats. Yesterday, this was minus 150, and this was minus 35,000. So that was a little scary. And we don't have death waves. I was just going to tell you that I do not have those issues where we're not getting enough goods and we're not getting enough customers and we're not getting any police and all that stuff. Even death waves. We had a minor one in this area here. That was the only time, because I've been very careful about how much I place down, and that helps. Traffic. Yesterday when I left, it was at 80%. I doubt it. Let's say 72. Oh, okay, 78. That's better than 72, but we know where the issues are. And I'm going to show you that right now. See, we have, this gets even worse, and it's bogging this area down. But I don't know what to do about it. Very sad about it. Here's the thing. I want them to come through here because they have to pay to get in, but I don't know that these cars are even paying to get in. I wish I could just cut it off here and leave it. This is our entrance. Nobody can drive. But how are they going to get to the fishing villages if there's no road? I'm very confused. And I've tried the stoplights and the time traffic lights and the signs. You go, you don't go. So this is always going to be an issue. And at times it looks worse than it is. But at least we cleared our expressway. This is, I believe, these guys get the go-through so that the expressway doesn't get bogged down. But that's just bogging this down. And nobody's going this way anymore. They're all coming through here. I couldn't tell you why, because there's really no exit. It's just around back this way. And then down to here, which has a loop. So everybody's going to the zoo and the amusement park and the park. And this area here cleared up somewhat. There's a time traffic light here. It just couldn't be helped. But this road is not nearly as bad as it used to be. It's just very busy. And I think that's what you're seeing. They're getting through. It's not stuck traffic. It's just a lot of traffic. Same thing with our industry area way over here. Well, not necessarily industry, cargo. The cargo area has always been scary looking. But again, it's moving. It's not stuck. It's not bogged down. Doesn't it look like it is? But it's all moving. And they figured this out. You cannot turn left here. So they come through, drop their stuff off, and leave and go back. And that's what you're seeing. Now this, I don't think I have anything here. There's no light or anything, but I might have to put something. Yeah. Maybe I could put a little roundabout in here. I don't know that it would help, but oh, and this burned down, the cargo terminal. And I'm like, what is going on in this corner? This burned down, this one burned down, there was one burned down here. I never had fire over here. Like a dork. So that was the issue. And I fixed it. What else did we need to look at? This one here is up to 5 now. But you'll notice that we have a medium demand now. And I'm very happy with that. Orange is actually the lowest for a change instead of the highest. So I don't know that we're doing too bad in that area. I just haven't had a chance to come in and keep, building. I do believe I'm going to leave this just as it is. You can see, I hope you can see on the video. It's just too unstable in this part here, and I cannot smooth it out. So I may come in here, and I may attempt to flatten, like say maybe from here across, and put some people in here. I also think it would be a good idea, and you can let me know if I'm wrong, but I think that this road that ends here should somehow come through and hook up here. I don't know. And then maybe this road can hook up like this. And then that would be complete loops as well. Everything would be hooked up everywhere. But I don't know that it would help down here. This is where all our traffic is. But maybe if I expand like out this way, which I intend to do, and then come back and somehow hook up into here or maybe here, that might help. But if I start plunking stuff down, that's just going to add more traffic. So I'm not sure, but I like the idea of having this hook up here somehow, and then these two joined together. You can let me know in the comments if I'm asking for trouble by doing that. It's just a thought on my part. I don't know if I'm right or wrong about it. Was there anything else we needed to look at? Well, I did work tons on this, but we can start with our trains. See, there is that very long trek, but they are being used, and I'm very happy about that. And then our metro is really crazy. Lots of people are using it, and these are the 500s. And this is at 100%, the 11 vehicles. And then, as I mentioned, it's one of those metros that has a cross tracks. And this one goes up to ore, over to oil, and back. That's all it does. But these guys, boy, it's really being used. And then we use buses. And I have a lot of them. I think the highest number of stops is 12. But they're being used. And these are big buses, a majority of them. If you see tiny, then I just use the generic 30 bus. But a majority of these are the 60 double-decker and the 80 articulated. And then this is an asset, and this is a 75 count bus. But they're being used, and I'm very happy about that. And then I guess I do show you guys this city attractiveness. That's incredible to me. Wasn't it down in like the 30s or the 20s? It's the land value that's killing me. We can't get out of this 39-40 cent area. So I don't know. And my average building is only at level 4. So that's confusing too. But there are a lot more people in here, and we do have a lot of tourism, and that makes me happy. I'm not displeased with the way things are shaping up here, and I hope you guys feel the same way. I hope you like our progress. So I guess the next time we meet, I will have worked on this. But boy, would I like to get back over here. I'm wondering if I did, if that would free this up. Because this is my concern, the traffic here. But since they are giving me finally a demand for residential, I'd like to start working on residential and commercial again. In this area here, this one, I know what I want to do here. And then I mentioned branching out, just smoothing out here. And then connecting some roads. See if that helps. But that's about all I have for you today. I do hope you enjoyed this, and I do thank you very much for sticking with me to the end. I really appreciate that. And for your continued support of my channel. Thank you. Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you're interested. Take very good care of yourselves. Have an absolutely fabulous day. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.